Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making this scrumptious chicken karahi and it's super easy. Let me show you how. For that we need 11 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of ginger, 2 big onions, 3 tomatoes and a chili pepper. You can slice up the garlic if you plan on grinding the paste afterwards. If not, then it's best to use a garlic press or chop it up as small as you can. Personally, I feel like the ginger gives off a lot more flavor if you crush it. That's why I'm using a mortar. I'm going to be grinding everything together to make a paste afterwards, so that's why I'm chopping everything a bit roughly just to make life a bit easier. But again, if you don't plan on using a machine, then it's best to chop everything up as finely as you can. We're going to be starting off with about 20 milliliters of oil. If you feel you need a tad more later on, then feel free to add more. Just remember, excess use of anything is not good for your health. After adding your onions, let them cook for a little while. When you see they're starting to get a bit soft, then go ahead and add your garlic. When both of them are soft and you can easily break them apart using a spatula, then you can go ahead and add the minced ginger. If you have minced both the garlic and ginger, then let the onion caramelize a bit more before adding them, as minced produce cooks a lot quicker compared to chopped up ones. After everything is cooked for a couple of minutes on high heat and turned nice and soft, then go ahead and add the tomatoes to the mix. For the spices, you're going to need 2.5 teaspoons of salt, 2.5 teaspoons red chilli, 1 teaspoon turmeric powder, and 1.5 teaspoon coriander powder. Initially this is enough, but if you want to add a bit more flavor, then you can use ready-made spices as well. We use 2 teaspoons of Shan chicken and chickpeas spice mix. Let this cook for 2-3 minutes, and once the spices have infused, then go ahead and add half a glass or about 70 milliliters of water. Grind everything together to make a paste. Once that is done, you can go ahead and add the chili pepper. I let the paste cook with the chili while I cut the chicken breast. If you're not going to be using a machine to make the paste, then you can add the chili alongside the rest of the spices. We used about half a kilo of chicken, 1 big chicken breast and 3 drumsticks. Let this cook until there's no more water left in the dish. You'll be able to see some oil bubbling through. That can take a little bit of time, so just be patient. For me, it took about 15 minutes. Although I messed up previously and let the heat stay on medium or low, and it's taken up to 45 minutes. So yeah, patience is a virtue and high heat. South Asian cuisines cook best on a high heat, so just remember to stir regularly and get all the nooks and crannies and especially the corners of the dish. We used 3 small potatoes and cut them into strips. It's up to you when you wish to add them after making the paste. Just remember, the bigger the potato is, the longer it has to cook. The amount of gravy in a South Asian dish is a personal preference. Once the dish is thoroughly cooked and you can see the oil bubbling through, then you can go ahead and add extra water. But for this size, I would not recommend more than 300 to 400 milliliters of water. Then let it just cook and simmer on medium heat. To get a silky smooth gravy, you can add 50 milliliters of natural yogurt. If the only yogurt you have on hand is a thick type, then you can mix it 50-50 with water before adding it. Just make sure to do that after the dish has cooked and let it cook for a few minutes before adding the water to make more gravy. Now that the dish is complete, you can add a handful of dried fenugreek leaves on the top and let it simmer on medium heat for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, story time. So the few chapatis I did roll out at my parents' house never turned out to be round. Like, it used to be every shape of every country, but never round. But obviously, once I got married, I kind of wanted to impress my husband with my cooking skills, even though I didn't know how to cook anything at all. So I used to make chapati and go to him and be like, "Oh my god, babe, look how nice and round it turned out." And he was like, "Oh my god, I'm so proud of you, really well done." And one time I just totally broke down, and because I couldn't hide it from him anymore, what I used to do was use a pizza cutter and cut the chapati around and then cook it on the frying pan. But now he's really supportive. So when I told him that, he was like, "Babe, I don't care how your chapatis look. As long as you make anything, I'm gonna eat it and I'm gonna love it." So yeah. Do you try the dish out? Enjoy!